Hello everyone. It's been a long time since I've done this video format with the whole thing of speaking into a mic and putting that over, gameplay footage. What you see before you is some old footage I've had lying around in my PC since somewhere around early 2024, probably late 2025, late 2023. But yeah, this is some footage I had of Far Cry 5 that I didn't know what to do with. I recorded this with some plan to use this for something, but I never got around to actually finding a use for it, so I'm using this. I have some other footage from a couple of other gaming sessions I've had before, and I intend to, work with those and see what I can make out of them. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've made a video in this format. And the reason why is because I just kind of, I just didn't know what exactly to do, and I didn't know what to do to kill time, and I got into Twitch streaming, and I've been doing that for a while. It's been going decently, Sometimes, I don't get a lot of views, but to be fair, it's not a big deal for me. I mean, I mostly just do this out of, for the shits and giggles aspect, for the fun aspect of it, because if you don't find like an actual interest in doing what you're doing, you're never gonna actually like what it is that you're doing. Like, you're gonna find whatever it is that you're doing is tedious work, or like something that you just don't find joy and amusement in doing. And honestly, if I'm not finding joy and amusement in what I'm doing, then what the hell am I doing? um but yeah, I used basically, like, I know I'm saying like a word soup there, but the whole point is that I make Twitch streams because it's easy content to make, and like you just simply hit record, and you hit stream, and it streams it direct to Twitch. You don't have to worry about a whole lot. You kind of just have to know how to fidget around with streaming software, and you know you get a pretty decent, quality stream. Obviously, I don't have the most advanced equipment imaginable. I don't have a Stream Deck or any device like that. I have a Steam Deck, but that's not the same thing. But no, I don't have a device like that, so it's not like where it's not like a switcher where I could just simply, hit a button and then I'm immediately on the next frame. I'm immediately on the next scene, and I can just transition between scenes. Like, one scene is my AFK video, and the other one's my pre-roll vid. No, I gotta manually do it from within Streamlabs. I have OBS as well, but Streamlabs has just been more convenient for me to use. I know people have issues with Streamlabs, and I get it, but honestly, it's just convenient. I just know how to navigate it easily, so that's what I've been using for streaming. I wanted to make a video like this because, like, I didn't want everything on my channel to just be stream VODs, because, well, honestly, I don't know who's going to sit through like an hour or two or more, depending on how long the stream is. I haven't done like a very long stream in a while, but I don't know who's going to sit through one of those kinds of videos for that long, unless you just want to leave it on in the background as background noise. I know, Jimmy, I thank you for the support. I know you're one of those folks who doesn't mind having my streams on in the background as background noise, and you have watched my streams, because you have quoted my streams quite a bit, and I appreciate that. Hoping, I can get more Jimmys in the audience, because, kind of sounds wrong, but you get what I mean. If I can get more Jimmy-like audience members that are willing to watch my content, then that makes me feel better. That makes me feel good about what I'm doing. I mean, I still enjoy doing what I do, but, this is like my side thing, and I guess it kind of relates to what I went to college for 3.5 years. Video editing, audio editing, even though the mic I'm using is not what I would call studio quality, it's just a Rock Band mic with a sock on it as a pop filter. But you work with what you got. I do intend to upgrade mics at some point in the future. So at least I have like a desk mic, and I don't have to hold on to my mic as I talk. I can just comfortably sit here on my desk and just speak to it. But yeah, What I intend to do, if this video format, works, and it gets like a decent amount of viewers, or you know what, fuck it. Basically, what I intend to do is this is like my ramble vids. Like this is just where I like when I was in high school, I made videos like these, and what I would just do is I would sit down and speak into a very cheap microphone, or if we're really going way back to my old days, I would get a camera because I didn't have any actual screen recording software, and I think the only thing available was Fraps, and I had to pirate Fraps when I was a teenager so I could at least record some things. Like I think my earliest video on this channel has to be, I think it was probably recorded with Fraps. It was the the weirdest story ever told. I don't remember what the title description says, and I don't have um, Firefox pulled up right now to actually. I don't have my YouTube channel pulled up right now to actually see the title. But it's the one where it's me playing Gmod, and then I read like a story. I think that footage was actually recorded with Fraps. It was probably the last thing I ever recorded with Fraps. And then when software like OBS and stuff came into existence, it basically just eliminated Fraps altogether. And Fraps used to run like ass. Like, I love the program for what it did, but holy shit, it ran like ass. Like, it made your PC lag at times, especially if your PC, and my PCs back in the days were not, the fastest computers known to man, so I kind of had to work with what I had, so Fraps would really kill my frame rate, and I could only record like old gameplay footage, like old games like Quake or something. So honestly, we have come a long ways from the old days of recording things. You know, at my current age of 27, compared to like 10 years ago, and I was just a 17-year-old, and I was fidgeting around with Fraps and trying to and working with a Dazzle and all that didn't even record audio. I still have my Dazzle, by the way. Like for for the fact that it's an antiquated piece of hardware, I still treasure the thing. I don't use it anymore, but you know, and honestly, like I can record console footage, but I just find it a lot easier to use emulators these days. I know like there's some like retro gaming purists that will say, I like using the old console and the feeling of holding the controller and all that. I mean, technically you can still get the controller feeling if you buy one of those controllers that's supposed to be like a replica of an old gaming controller, like one of those GameCube or PS2 or original Xbox controller replica sort of things. I mean, you can kind of get the same feel or experience from that. But I know there's people who are like, no, it must be the original hardware, the original everything, and the original software. Of course, the original software can kind of vary in that case because you could play from like the actual original game itself, but it's kind of an expensive hobby when retro gaming is like expensive as shit these days. Like it's like I don't know, like I know I sold my old copy of Wario World, and that was like $80 I sold that for. So I'm amazed somebody actually spent $80 for a copy of Wario World. I mean, props to them. I mean, they're giving the game a lot more use than I'm giving it, because in my case, I'm just emulating it. Like, honestly, emulation has been an amazing thing for old fucks like me who grew up in what I would think of as the golden age of gaming, where you didn't have to worry about spending a ton of microtransactions and shit. And this is coming from a guy who finds entertainment in playing Fortnite. So, you know, now as much as I love Fortnite, I can't deny the fact that the microtransactions and the battle passes and the item shops are still kind of one of those things that kind of bug me as an old timer in gaming. I can't say I'm as old timer as those people who grew up playing like Super Nintendo or something back in the day, but I think at this point, if you grew up playing like the PS2, or in my case, as far back as the N64, you can call yourself an old timer at this point, and brag about like I'm an OG and I've experienced Modern Warfare 2, the good one, at its peak. I've experienced the good Modern Warfare 3. I've experienced like I've experienced Spider-Man 2, the movie, the game. Where the web swinging mechanics were amazing for their time, and they still are to this day. They still hold up quite well. I mean, obviously Spider-Man PS4 and all that have kind of taken that formula and advanced it into the modern age, but for the time Spider-Man 2, the movie, the game, on like the PS2 or the original Xbox, was the it game for that. I think the GameCube version is also the same as the PS2 and Xbox. Anyways, that's beside the point. Um, so this video format that you are seeing before your eyes, I intend to probably do more of this later on. If you enjoy listening to me ramble, I guess this will be like a series of videos. Like, no, I'm not gonna label this as a series, but I'm probably gonna put all these into the same playlist. Maybe if I continue doing this video format where I just sit here and ramble about whatever comes to mind. It's one of those things that kind of helps me distract my mind from, like, the busyness of my job and just everyday life. This is like a like the me time when I'm not watching TV or like playing a game or something. This fills that gap, and honestly, it's quite entertaining. It like massages the brain, you know. But yeah, I don't know how my voice currently sounds. I mean, I've heard my voice played back to me. It's still weird hearing my own voice, and honestly, I think I've been able to fall asleep to my own voice. If this puts you to sleep, good, I guess. I mean, it gets you to watch the video to some extent. It helps you fall asleep at night. I guess you could consider this unintentional ASMR or something. I'm not going to actually do intentional ASMR. I'm not good at whispering. I'm going to sound like one of those dudes in those, like, hunting shows where they're like, I see the buck from, like, 50 yards away or something. Like, actually, that's probably too far. Like, 10 yards away, and I'm about to shoot it with the Remington whatever I've got in my hands. Like, I like guns, but I'm not that much of a gun expert. I'm not Forgotten Weapons or something. I'm not one of those people who can, like, tell you, like, the history of it and, like, how it functions and the mechanisms and all that. No, I just like guns. It looks cool. It sounds cool. It's cool. I know there's people who absolutely hate guns, but when you're someone like me who's grown up playing first-person shooters since he was a kid, you get used to guns, and you're kind of, you enjoy them. I mean, I grew up watching FPS Russia back in the day, so what do you expect? A couple of things I wanted to touch on as well regarding content on the channel, aside from me just using these videos as a rambling platform. I am still working on episode 4 of the Halo, of the Minds Play Halo 3 campaign on Legendary. I'm still working on that. I know Malik and Jimmy have asked me 1,000 times on that. I know in the recent stream I did with Malik and Jimmy, my recent stream on my Twitch, Miku Night, which I am going to upload that to this channel, obviously. Probably not the whole VOD. I have plans for that. Seeing as, I did have some plans on what to do with that, and I do want to, execute those plans and have a Miku Night video, because obviously, me, it is a very big deal that, Miku is in Fortnite. It's surreal, but at the same time, it's like the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, it's not. It's just funny. But yeah, I'm still working on that video, and it's just that obviously work and my personal life has made that a little difficult. But I am working on it bit by bit, and once it's complete, it will be up. I can't, like, my I remember Malik told me that by the time like Trump just started his first term, his second term, not first term. So by the time his second term is over, I will finally have created episode 6. Okay, it's not gonna take me that fucking long, but it will take me a while to complete more episodes of it. I'm trying to do it in like a story-based manner. Like I want it to go in like there's a story there. It's not a coherent story, but if you pay attention closely to these videos, you can tell that there is some kind of a story in the works going on, and that it's basically just me and Malik and Jimmy just dicking around in Halo 3. But we do actually beat the campaign. We managed to go through every mission in the campaign on Legendary and beat them. So, we're proud of that. That would be one of my proudest achievements to complete this entire series. So, once that's done, I genuinely am probably going to bust out some champagne or something. And, one of my big plans is to stream the entirety of the entirety of the series, like all episodes back to back to back on my Twitch channel, and with me and Jimmy and Malik just commentating, like a director's commentary behind the scenes of like, yeah, this is what we did when this happened. Because there were some inspirations for me starting this series. It just started with me and Jimmy playing Halo Lasso as a joke, and that video is on this channel. You can watch it. It's under my it's under my one playlist about original content. Um, and it did pretty well. And from that moment, when I saw the views and the ratings, I was like, I should turn this into a series, but not with Halo Combat Evolved, because you can't do co-op with more than two people. So Halo 3 it is, and well, we just went from there. One of my big inspirations for making that was aside from that one video, but also the fact that I grew up watching G-Man Squad, so I took inspiration from that to make the series of videos and just fool around in Halo 3. So with the boys. So yeah, that I'm still working on that. Don't think that I'm not working on that. It's just and if you're wondering like, well, then why the hell are you uploading this video to the channel? What does this have to do with the work that you could be putting into the Halo 3 Legendary Mines series? Well, sometimes you can't be a one-trick pony and do whatever you want. Yeah, well, well, you can do whatever you want in this case since it's my channel, but you can't be a one-trick pony and just stick to one thing. Not everybody is is going to focus on you can't just focus on one thing all the time unless you're Megumin or something and you want to focus on one specific thing that you're really good at doing and nothing else. I say that in Marvel Rivals I main Penny more than anything else in the game because I kind of just have to default to playing tank, and Penny's the only tank that I know how to play well, and I've done well as. So, kind of ironic that I'm making that comparison, but you kind of get me in this sense. I just want to diversify my portfolio on YouTube and make content, and this is a style of content I haven't made for a very long time, and I want to try my hand at doing this kind of content again, and so I'm hoping it's successful. And if not, so be it. I'm not making money off doing this. Not yet. If this is successful, then I am making money. But always remember, you can't let money dictate, the quality of your content. Some people, money does improve the quality of content. Other people, the money just makes your content or your effort just absolute shit. Like, you could be like one of these young guys in the NBA, and once you start making money, you just forget about, the love of the sport. And, this is why everybody gets excited when they see LeBron and Steph Curry on the court. But then when it's anybody else, they're like, who the fuck cares? Bring out LeBron and Steph. Because these are two guys who, love the sport. They love the game. They have a passion for it. And you can tell. You can tell when you get someone who's like a LeBron or a Steph Curry when it comes to content creation or just art. Like, I don't know if I would put this as art, but content creation. Like, you can tell when someone cares about what they're doing because they're not doing it because, oh, I need to care about how much, I'm making off this or if someone's going to watch this or something. No, I'm doing this because, I genuinely like doing this, and it's like a neat little hobby thing on the side that I do when I'm not, gaming or, watching something or reading something. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We're coming up to almost 20 minutes. Well, we're at 19 minutes now. Got a minute left. So for this last minute, I guess I can tell you that, I don't know. Cereal tastes good. Well, I don't eat cereal much. I eat Pop-Tarts as my breakfast mostly. Not the best source of breakfast or protein or whatever, but it gets the job done. It's like the stereotypical American go-to breakfast. So with these videos, like I said, I do intend to ramble more about topics, like any topic that comes to mind. I don't consider myself the most politically correct individual in the world. I'm not one of those grifters who has to tell you about I hate this game because they censored the titties in the game and therefore it's woke slop and the the corporatists and the elitists and all that. Like, no, I'm not one of those kinds of people. Like the kind of people that you find on Twitter. Like, I'm not calling it X, by the way, but I'm not like one of those people who's like, oh God, why did they censor out the boobies in the game, and why like, why are the men so effeminate? Like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I mean, I have my complaints about modern gaming as someone who's grown up with like the golden age of gaming. I have my complaints, which I'll probably give my complaints about that in a later video. You know, so yeah. So yeah, topics I've got for I say so yeah a lot. I really need to dumb that down. This is the first of many attempts at making these types of vids. This is just me saying whatever comes to mind. Next time I do another one of these, I'll probably have an actual topic to discuss. But for now, it's just me rambling about whatever came to mind. And this is kind of like a status report for this channel to kind of give you a heads up on how things have been and where things are going. So if you stuck around this long, I would appreciate it if you leave a like and a comment, telling me if I did good, if I did bad, or if you just want to call me a bitch, because I know Malik is definitely going to call me a bitch in the comments. I already expect you to do that, Malik. I know you very well. I've known you for years now, and I know you will call me a bitch, especially since I said you can call me a bitch, because I can telepathically think like you do. And I know that the first thing that I'm programmed to do, since I was born, is to call Alex a bitch. So, if you want to do that, go ahead. But yeah, if you're not Malik and you just want to say whatever, go ahead and say whatever. All comments are appreciated. All likes are appreciated. Everything is appreciated. And with that, thank you for watching, and y'all have a great day. Peace.